Today we're going to talk about questions to ask when buying a house. Hi, my name is Laura Randall. I'm with Windermere Real Estate, CIR, in the Stanwood-Camano area of Washington State. And as I work with buyers, I get asked all kinds of questions all of the time. But there's a certain amount of questions, a few, that I get asked over and over and over again. And I feel like these questions are pertinent to all buyers. So question number one, how much home can I afford? And this may sound obvious to you. Like, really, Laura? I'm buying a home, of course I need to know how much I can afford. But that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the true cost of purchasing a home. So we don't live with that purchase price when we buy a home. What we live with is the monthly payments. So it's really important on the front end that you take some time out and go meet with and talk to a lender and really get to know your numbers. That way you can decide ahead of time what payment you're comfortable with and what works with your budget, and then you're ready to shop for that dream home. So the second question is, how much do you think the seller will take? Or how low of an offer do you think we really can make? Or what's realistic? And that depends. So there's not really a flat percentage rate that you can assume you can take off of an offer. And in doing that, you got to be really careful because we want to make sure that we don't start off negotiations by doing something so low that we offend our sellers. So it really depends on your market. In my area, I live in Stanwood-Camano area of Washington State. For the past 2 years, homes have been selling at 98 to 100% of list price. So where I live, it's not realistic to expect that you're going to get 10% off of a list price, maybe not even 3%. It really depends on the home you're looking at and how it was listed. Did they start off with a good list price and a competitive list price, and what are similar homes selling for in your area? So that's something you're really going to have to get with a realtor, talk with them, and really know your markets. So the third question I get often is, how long does it take to close? And in where I live in Washington State, typically it takes 30 to 45 days for a transaction to close. And this starts once you get under contract. There's a timeline, and things really start hopping as you get through that timeline, and most contracts close between 30 and 45 days. So the last question is, what if I change my mind? Or what if something huge comes up on the inspection and something I don't want to deal with? Or what if I need to get out of the contract? So in Washington State, we have a thing called an inspection contingency, and you have 10 days between once you come up with mutual acceptance to do an inspection and get back to the seller. And during this time, the buyer is able to get out of the contract for any reason, or really no reason at all. After that point, there is financing contingencies where if something changes or you're not able to get a loan, the buyer is able to leave the contract. But it's really important to talk with your realtor, know your contract, and know ahead of time of any penalties or financial consequences for wanting to get out of the contract and not purchasing the home. So these are the questions I get asked when working with buyers, and questions that you should ask when buying a home. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this video. I would love it if you would subscribe. And if you want to get notifications when new videos come out, go ahead and click on that bell next to the subscribe button. Have a great day.